Well, butter my bread and call it toast. Another Maui Interscholastic League year is in the books. And wow, Jordan, what a year it was. Welcome to our special edition of the year-end Maui News Sports Report.
Yeah, a year for the ages, really, Robbie. And it started right here at War Memorial Football Stadium, where Lahaina Luna started its run to their second Division II state finals in the last 3 years. And where Maui High, the Sabres, boy, did they have a year to remember, made it back to the D1 state tournament for the first time in 14 seasons.
And players of the year for the Lunas, quarterback Makoa Felikitonga, who was also a first-team All-Star as a defensive back, and Penny Talfa, what a linebacker he was for the Lunas. And throw in the likes of Jared Rocha Islas, Connor Mowat, Brandon Kaina, Anson Cabanilla, and many others. And it was Luna's team for at least the very recent ages.
Yeah, without a doubt. And on the D1 side, the Maui High Sabres, boy, the boys in blue, did they have themselves a season. That defense was impenetrable, led by the Vainiolo brothers, of course, Atunaisa and Alexander, Soani Valhea, Arvin Lakata, and Justin Carvalho and company were just unbelievable in that running attack, likening them back to the Maui High glory days of old. Daniel Kelly, Onosai Emilio, that ground and pound attack was just an unbelievable season for the Sabres.
And a special year at Kamehameha Maui. Not a lot of wins until the end of the year. And I got to tip my hat to you, Jordan. The air raid attack led by quarterback Chase Newton and record-setting receivers Keone Keanini and Joshua Iwatashi. That was a lot of fun to watch, and I can't wait for the fall, and we will be back right here in about a month and a half. To the Yamamoto Track and Field Facility track, it was a special year there as well. The season culminated with the Island Movers State Track and Field Championship, and it was a special weekend for the Baldwin boys. They scored 75 points. The MIL 10-time defending champions would have won 50 of the previous 54 state boys titles. They did finish second. Their fourth straight top three finish in the state meet, which includes a couple state championships. And it was an unbelievable run, but they ran into a record-setting juggernaut from Kamehameha Kapalama, Jordan.
Yeah, without a doubt. Those two teams really put on a show. It was just absolutely dominated by the Bears and the Warriors, respectively. Unfortunately for the Bears, the Warriors with just a little more depth. But dazzling state championship performances from all across the league. Of course, you start at the top, high-profile sprints. Bailey Kapwiki of Baldwin winning the 1 and the 200. La'akea Ho'ohanohano Davis taking the long jump. The MIL swept the boys' hurdle disciplines. Kieran Leighton Mateo of Baldwin taking the 300 hurdles. Emerson LeBird of Lahaina Luna adds another gold medal to his trophy case, winning the 110 hurdles. And on the girls' side, up-and-coming rising star Kihei Charters, Maya Reynolds wins their first individual state title in school history, winning the 400 meters, and Ava Shipman continuing Seabury Hall's distance dominance, takes the 1500.
And a lot of those kids you just mentioned also scored in other events. La'akea in both other jumps. Bailey Kalpawiki leads the 400-meter Baldwin relay team to second place. Ava Shipman scored in the 800 and the 3,000. And Maya Reynolds, who just finished her sophomore year, scored in the 200. It's going to be another special track season next year for the MIL. Now over to baseball at Maihara Stadium. To Maihara Baseball Stadium, where Maui High, Baldwin, and Molokai all set up successful runs at the state tournament, where each one of them won 2 games. I don't know if that's happened ever in MIL history, Jordan.
Yeah, a really great year for the MIL on the diamond. Really impressive performances. Each team ended up coming up against an opponent that made it deep into the state tournament, so nothing to shake your head about. And pitching really the storyline throughout the season, Division I and Division II. Parker Maxwell, Riley Waddell, Lyndon Kanamu, Mikey Hooper, and then for Molokai, Hanale Duduwa Enos, Nohi Meyer. You throw in Kobe Tam of St. Anthony, and the names go on and on. Really impressive pitching performances. Maxwell of Maui High, Waddell of Kinke Kalike, Kanamu, and Hooper of Baldwin. Just a tremendous year, probably the deepest we've ever seen the MIL stable of arms.
No doubt about it. It was a special baseball season. And Jordan, we don't have enough time to do everybody justice, but some of the names to remember from 2014, 2015 in the MIL. We got to start with our Maui News choices for Athletes of the Year, and believe me, these were not easy choices. Lalile Mataafa and Thomas Rosen St. John each state wrestling champions who led their teams to state team titles, the first ever, boys and girls, won by a neighbor island school. And Lalile was unbelievable. She's pinned all 43 of her opponents, and Thomas Rosen St. John this year was 43-0. Of course, Lalile 43-0 in her career.
Yeah, just unbelievable. You throw in Lalile Mataafa's exploits in the water polo pool, Thomas Rosen St. John on the football gridiron. Just two excellent choices, really, in stand-up young individuals representing our community in tough choices, without a doubt. You mentioned the historic weekend on the mat for the Lahaina Luna wrestling programs over on Oahu at the Blaisdell. You throw in Rosen St. John, Mataafa, Kyla Aruda of Kinke Kalike also winning a state championship, Alexis Encinas, Diamond Freitas, Brianna Dudawa Vasquez, Papu Jaramillo, and Robert Campos, all of Lahaina Luna among the state gold medalists at the state wrestling championships. And Lahaina Luna setting a girls team record, first team ever to get over the 200-point barrier, and the boys with a dramatic come-from-behind victory. Just an unbelievable. Those two programs have been right on the precipice, and for both of them to break through in the same year, just a special weekend for the Lunas program.
Jordan, let's put it this way. There were 28 individual state wrestling champions crowned. 7 of them were Lunas. Unbelievable. And team championships as well. The Kamehameha cheerleading group does it for the second year in a row, and they're still the only neighbor island team to ever win a cheerleading title. They did it for the second year in a row in the medium division, and that was really special. Of course, under Keali'i Molina and the Seabury Hall Division II girls cross country team led by Ava Shipman and Allie Smith, and they continue their role there.
Yeah, the distance programs at Seabury Hall, whether it's the cross country or carrying that over to the track and field teams, have been absolutely dominant, particularly in the D2 cross country competitions. Also, got to make a mention of the Lahaina Luna girls basketball program. What Todd Ricard and his girls have been able to do out there has just been unbelievable. Another runner-up finish in the Division I state tournament. Their MIL winning streak, an all-sport record, stands at 106. That's probably not going to end for a little while more as they've returned a lot of that talent, but just another unbelievable year for the Luna girls basketball squad.
The Seabury 8-player football teams, there's been 3 years of MIL 8-player football. They've won them all. They're 18-0 all time. We had to say goodbye to a great guy in Coach Andrew Berger, who moved home with his very young family to Minnesota, and quarterback Jackson Stinger, who will move on to the University of San Diego, where he will play wide receiver. 18-0, enough said there.
Yeah, without a doubt, and just another year of growth in 8-player football here in the MIL. Seabury as well, doing it on the girls' volleyball court. They finish as runners-up in Division II, as does Hana at the state level. Just incredible stories there, particularly the Hana volleyball boys getting to the state championship match this year. Kinke Kalike back into the state semifinals the second year in a row. Unprecedented heights, really, in volleyball all across the board for the MIL.
No question about it. Some other runners-up, Seabury girls paddling. They did it in the home waters of Kahului Harbor. Paul Lu'uvai, if he's not the best youth coach of any kind in this state, I don't know who is.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then, of course, the doubles tandem on the tennis court for Kamehameha Maui. Kylie Kato and Sarah Ikioka, state doubles runners-up 3 times, that pairing in the state semifinals, in just what was an amazing year for the MIL across the board.
Man, oh man, it was so much fun, Jordan. We can't do justice to everybody. We hope we hit the highlights for you all. We'll see you in about 6 or 7 weeks when football gets underway. It was a year to remember in so many ways. I want to say a special thanks to my man Jordan Helle, and this whole thing would not happen without our good buddy and our friend, the producer, the executive producer, the director, everything of this, Chris Sugidono. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. This doesn't happen without him. See you next year. See you in the fall, and send us your bobbleheads.